some Bad Bunny news because Bad Bunny done moved on up. He's currently touring. And let's get into this story. So Bad Bunny, as y'all know, is currently overseas on his tour. I heard that he's going to be performing in Tokyo next month, and I think they're going to be broadcasting it. It's supposed to be for Spotify, so that's going to be major. And I think he's on the European leg of his tour that was the residency over in Puerto Rico. And speaking of Puerto Rico, he's doing a movie called Puerto Rico, and it's spelled the way it used to be spelled back in the day before it was spelled Puerto Rico. So Puertorico. It was originally spelled Portorico. We'll get into the history situation in a minute. But the good thing when I was reading this, I was like, this is awesome because first of all, Residente, who was from a group called Calle 13 that I used to listen to back in the day. Yeah, I told you I don't just be bullshitting y'all when I tell y'all I'm a reggaeton fan. Residente was somebody that I actually liked a lot of his music. I did listen to a lot of his solo music, but I liked a lot of his earlier stuff. So he's about to make his directorial debut, and he got Bad Bunny up in the film alongside some other big time heavy hitters like Viggo Mortensen and Ed Norton. So Bad Bunny is starring in the historical drama Puerto Rico, marking his first leading film role after memorable appearances in Bullet Train with Brad Pitt and director Aaron Aronofsky's Court Stealing, which I still have not seen that movie. The Court Stealing with Austin Butler, but I know it's all over it's on the streaming service. I think it's on Netflix actually. Now, multi hyphenate and 34-time Grammy and Oh, he was nominated 34 times. I didn't know that. But they said multi-hyphenate and 34-time Grammy and Latin Grammy award-winning rapper Rene Residente Perez Joglar has set his feature directorial debut with a love letter to his native island of Puerto Rico. I was trying to say it like Nacia Lopez. Y'all know how she be saying it. The film titled Puerto Rico is an epic Caribbean Western and historical drama led by Benito Bad Bunny Martinez Ocasio. Bullet Train Court Stealing in his first leading film role. The main cast also includes Viggo Mortensen, who y'all know from Lord of the Rings, all the movies, and Eastern Promises. I love Eastern Promises. He was good in that movie, but he's been in a ton of films. Edward Norton, American History X and Birdman, and Javier Bardem, No Country for Old Men. Multi-Oscar winning director and producer Alejandro Inarritu executive produces. Now, as Deadline announced in 2023, when Puerto Rico was in development, Residente and Oscar-winning screenwriter Alexander Denelaris, who wrote Birdman, co-wrote the screenplay, which at the time was described as a historical drama based on the life of Puerto Rican revolutionary Jose Maldonado Roman, also known as Aguia Blanca, which stands for White Eagle. Set on the island in the West 19th century. Now, Maldonado Roman fought against colonialism by leading a gang of ex-convicts to vindicate Puerto Rico as it sought its identity as a country. Now, that sounds like a really good idea because I would definitely want to see something like that. So, whether the film will follow the original storyline above is yet unknown. Keep fingers crossed that it actually does, because I think that would be a really good thing to set amongst like taking something with a Western and incorporating with history of the country and having people be interested in looking into that. I think that would be a great way to get people interested in wanting to see this movie and also looking up their history, similar to what Bad Bunny did with that Super Bowl halftime performance that a lot of these palm people was all pissed off about and let it be known on social media. Now, a release for the movie touts that the project blends historical scope with visceral lyrical approach and a gripping narrative inspired by true events, saying, quote, I have dreamed of making a film about my country since I was a child. Puerto Rico's true history has always been surrounded by controversy, Residente said. The film is a reaffirmation of who we are, told with the intensity and honesty that our history deserves. The project reveal arrives following Bad Bunny's smash hit Super Bowl halftime show performance early this month. Yeah, I was like, the timing couldn't be no better than this at this moment. Because, like I said, with his tribute to Puerto Rico, it definitely makes sense that he would be a part of this. And maybe with people watching this film, it'll make them interested in wanting to look into their history. And I'm sure when this movie comes out, there'll be a lot of think pieces on Instagram or TikTok or any other social media platform that people will get their hands on. And hopefully there'll be enough Hispanics, particularly Puerto Ricans, who will see this film and they'll do their think pieces and get people interested in wanting to see this film. Especially, I'm sure, with Bad Bunny going around heavily promoting it, especially with him being the lead. So they said that although Residente and Bad Bunny are generations apart. They're kindred spirits in the love of country, community, and their passion to protect both through activism. Although details are scant at this time, there are plenty of clues with the official announcement. So here's a little quick history lesson. Now, Puerto Rico, translation, rich port, was named by the Spaniards who colonized the Caribbean island, originally known as Boriquén by the indigenous Taino people who preceded the Spanish in 1493. Now, Spain ceded sovereignty. I struggle sometimes. I was like, wait, and the funny thing is, I rehearsed trying to say it because I don't know why I want to say sovereignty, but it's sovereignty in 1898 after losing the Spanish American War with the Caribbean island, becoming a U.S. territory on December 10th, 1898. Its citizens were granted U.S. citizenship. Hello, let me say that again because a lot of y'all like running off and saying that they're not American citizens. Its citizens were granted U.S. citizenship in 1917 via the Jones Act, albeit without the will of the people. Under U.S. rule, Puerto Rico was known as Porto Rico, which is the spelling for the movie, Portorico, an angelicized spelling of the island's name. From 1900 to 1932, when Congress passed an act officially reverting its name to the Spanish spelling. Bardem, a native of Spain, and American actors Norton and Mortensen are playing roles connected to the respective origin countries. It's worth noting that Norton and Mortensen, the latter of whom spent many years living in Argentina, are fluent in Spanish. Well, this will be interesting because I did not know that Edward Norton and Viggo Mortensen speak Spanish. So therefore, with them being in the movie, it will probably be an all Spanish film, and they'll be speaking it. Now, child, if y'all put Ben Affleck up in there, that'd be the whole situation because quiet as it's kept, Ben Affleck spoke better Spanish than Jennifer Lopez. So they said that the film sits in a tradition of films we deeply love, from The Godfather to Gangs of New York. And I love Gangs of New York. It's a long ass movie, but I do love that film. And The Godfather, iconic. I also love Casino, but I do love gangster movies. But anyway, and Scarface. Not going to start naming all the gangster movies. Okay, it said that both thrillers with visceral drama and iconic characters and eras, while also forcing us to face up to the shadow story under the American narrative of idealism, Norton said. Everybody knows what a poet of language and rhythm Rene is. Now they're going to see what a visual visionary he is as well. And bringing him and Bad Bunny together to tell the true story of Puerto Rico's roots is excuse me, is going to be like a flame finding the stick of dynamite that's been waiting for it. Residente and Eric Duat produced the film, blah blah blah, and so forth. And they also said that it's going to be it's through a multi-year joint venture of Sony Music Latin Iberia and Sony Music Vision. So yeah, so as I was saying before, this sounds like a really good idea. This is definitely a movie I'm going to want to check out, and I'm looking forward to y'all when y'all put it together. So shout out to everybody that's in this film. Another win for Benito, and I love that we have other people within the world of music that's getting their filmmaking situation on, and he's about to make a dream come true. Now I just hope and pray the movie is good. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Is this a film that you are interested in checking out? There's another win for the Puerto Rican community. Shout out to y'all. Y'all definitely, the Hispanics definitely need we need more representation of people of color in general, but particularly Latinos, Asians, blacks, but particularly Latinos. Like we need more of that representation. And since they're becoming more they're starting to surpass white folks, which is really what's pissing them off. Um, it's good. It would be good to see like more of that representation and more of those movies getting off the ground and actually getting made. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.